You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Caitlin Clark because she's got a new job. Caitlin Clark has landed herself a new, very high-profile position, and I've been wondering when this was going to happen. I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would.
She made a huge impact during her NBC NBA debut by dropping a bombshell live on TV that took everyone by surprise. It was much more than just a guest appearance. It was a game-changing moment that shook the sports world and immediately went viral. The internet exploded with talk about her revelation, making it the biggest topic of the day. This wasn't just a passing moment, but a historic event that people will be talking about for years, proving she is a true global icon.
When this was going to happen, I knew at some point, somewhere, with some miscellaneous media outlet, Caitlin Clark would get a gig, and now we know where that gig's going to be, when that gig's going to be, and who that gig's going to be for. Before we get to that, make sure you are subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. And look, tip of the cap to a lot of you guys. We got a lot of new subscribers on that video I dropped yesterday afternoon that seemed to make a lot of people mad.
Caitlin Clark has shocked the sports world by moving from the basketball court to a major new broadcasting role with NBC Sports. This isn't just a small side job. It's a high-profile move by a media giant to change how fans watch basketball. The news was so sudden and massive that it has left everyone talking, sparking a mix of excitement and debate about her future in media. This transition proves she is ready to redefine her career and capture the world's attention in a whole new way.
We're crossing the line. We want to sign the deal. But that long wait doesn't mean Caitlin Clark has been away from the game. In fact, she notably suited up for USA Basketball Training Camp in December, has expressed her dedication for participating in all-team USA events with FIBA World Cup looming in September and qualifiers taking place in March. So she has and will get the needed reps before finally taking the floor again with the Fever. In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on
Caitlin Clark is taking on a major new role as a special contributor for NBC's new show, Basketball Night in America. This program is modeled after the network's huge hit, Football Night in America, showing just how much NBC is investing in this project. By putting a current star like Clark at the center of their NBA coverage, NBC is making a bold move to dominate sports media. The scale of this plan has surprised industry insiders and proves that both Clark and the network have massive ambitions for the future of basketball broadcasting.
In the meantime, she will be keeping busy in another role, one still involving basketball. It was announced on Tuesday that Caitlin Clark will join NBC Sports to serve as a special contributor for its new Basketball Night in America program. Caitlin Clark will make her debut as a TV analyst on February 1st, preceding the Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So
Caitlin Clark is set to make her big debut as a TV analyst on February 1st, just before the highly anticipated Lakers versus Knicks game at Madison Square Garden. This isn't a small start. It's a high-pressure entry into broadcasting on one of basketball's biggest stages during prime time. By choosing such a massive game for her first appearance, the network is showing they have huge expectations for her. Everyone will be watching to see if she can deliver the same kind of viral, high-impact performance behind the microphone as she does on the court.
Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, per a release from NBC. Wow. So this would be akin to They have Sunday Night Football, and it starts with a pregame show called Football Night in America. I didn't know they were creating Basketball Night in America, but here we are. Here we are. It will be Caitlin Clark's first time in an analyst-type role on TV. That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and...
Her debut on February 1st is only the start of this exciting new chapter. Caitlin Clark is already scheduled to return to the broadcast desk on March 29th for another big game between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. This second appearance confirms that her new role isn't just a one-time test, but a regular part of the show designed to keep fans engaged. By making her a consistent face on the screen, NBC is building long-term momentum for both their new basketball program and Clark's rapidly growing career in media.
That's per Chloe Peterson. She will return to the broadcast table on March 9 for a game between Oklahoma City Thunder and the Knicks. Caitlin Clark joins Michael Jordan as a splashy acquisition for NBC and NBA coverage. Despite his limited role, simply having Jordan as part of the coverage created buzz. NBC is surely hoping Caitlin Clark's involvement will do the same. Of course, Caitlin Clark is expected to offer unique insights in assuming the analyst role for the first time.
NBC is clearly betting on Clark to create the same kind of massive excitement once brought by legends like Michael Jordan, who also had a special role on the network. This comparison shows how much NBC believes in her ability to attract huge audiences and create viral moments. It's a sign that her star power goes far beyond the court, as she is expected to capture a whole new generation of fans. The expectations are incredibly high, but the network is confident she can change the game of sports broadcasting.
Provide commentary for, and ultimately the real anticipation is around how she will look when she comes back to the floor at 100% healthy. Let's go over here. This is the official from NBC Sports, the press release. And it basically does say the same thing. However, Caitlin Clark is going to join the studio team of Maria Taylor. She also hosts Football Night in America with Chris Sims and Mike Florio, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dunn.
Clark is joining an elite studio team alongside big names like Maria Taylor, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady. Putting her on a panel with these Hall of Famers shows how much confidence NBC has in her skills as an analyst. She isn't starting at the bottom. She is jumping straight into the big leagues. This is a huge challenge that ensures her opinions will be watched and debated by everyone from the very first day.
Host Football Night in America with Chris Sims and Mike Florio, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dungy, and Jason Garrett. Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady for pregame commentary. So that's going to be really interesting. Quote, "I'm really excited to be part of Basketball Night in America crew this season," said Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is one of the most captivating players and dynamic scorers in basketball, said Sam Flood, executive producer of NBC Sports.
Caitlin Clark is thrilled about this new opportunity, saying she's excited to join the legendary crew at Basketball Night in America. This move shows her desire to stay active and try new challenges, even while away from the court. NBC Sports producer Sam Flood highlighted her magnetism and deep knowledge of the game as the main reasons they wanted her on the team. This role comes at a perfect time for Clark. After an injury cut her 2025 season short, broadcasting gives her a powerful way to stay connected to basketball while she waits for the 2026 season to begin. With the WNBA still negotiating a new contract deal, this high-profile job ensures she stays a major part of the sport conversation during a period of uncertainty. Despite the recent drama, she proved she's ready to go by participating in the USA basketball training camp this past December. Caitlin Clark joins NBC and Team USA. Caitlin Clark is staying busy. She has confirmed she will play in every Team USA event this year, including the World Cup qualifiers in March and the main tournament in September. Staying on the court year-round ensures she stays sharp and ready for top-level competition. A new voice on television. Beyond playing, Clark is stepping into the broadcast booth for Basketball Night in America. Known for having one of the best minds in the game, she is expected to be a natural on TV. She can explain complicated plays in a way that's easy for fans to understand, giving viewers a perspective they rarely get from an active player. Why this matters for the WNBA? NBC is betting big on Clark and women's basketball. The network plans to show more WNBA games in 2026, with Clark likely serving as the face of their coverage. Her move into the mainstream media could bring a massive new audience to the sport and change how we watch women's basketball forever. How to watch? If you want to see her TV debut, you'll need the Peacock app. NBC is making their streaming service the exclusive home for Clark's commentary and many major sporting events, including NFL playoff games. By putting her on the app, NBC is hoping her huge fan base will follow her there, proving just how much star power she really has. A new era in sports media. Perhaps the most interesting part of this deal is who isn't involved: ESPN. For years, ESPN has dominated sports broadcasting, but NBC managed to secure this major deal right out from under them. It's a clear sign that the competitive landscape is shifting. Clark's broad appeal gave her the leverage to land a unique deal that other networks simply couldn't or wouldn't match, leaving many industry experts stunned. More than just a player, Caitlin Clark has officially become a needle mover. She doesn't just play the game. She sparks national conversations and draws crowds wherever she goes. This TV debut is more than a career milestone. It proves she is a cultural icon who can create a viral sensation just by showing up. The road back to the court. While fans are excited to see her on television, everyone is still looking forward to her return to the court at 100% health. This broadcasting role acts as a perfect bridge, keeping her connected to her fans while she prepares for her next season. By balancing her time as both an analyst and a player, she is staying at the center of the sports world from two different angles. Ultimately, this move is a bold statement. Whether she's hitting long-range shots or breaking down plays on camera, Caitlin Clark continues to change the game and rewrite the rules of sports media.